first to admit that I did not see that coming. I have a lot of respect for Montana program and Coach DeCure, and Coach Ball and their staff, Martin Broining, all of them, and we just watched them play Gonzaga. We were prepared to play a tough game down to the wire. We felt that's what it was going to be, but give our guys a lot of credit. We came out ready to play from the outset. We took care of the ball early and just played right early. So I'm excited that we were able to get that done. That Montana team is a really good basketball team.
As well as you guys are playing and some of the stuff that young kids do out on the floor, do you have to maybe keep tabs on them a little bit to make sure that they don't go a little above and beyond?
You know what? This team has been pretty good that way in terms of being workmanlike, businesslike. It's something, you know, we throw it off the board and the guy scores it. I wouldn't say that would be something we practice, put it like that. But they're young kids, and it's just something you work through. You know, my first thought was to just call a timeout and make sure we understand how we're supposed to handle those situations. But I just thought about doing it another way, talking about it a different way. I was probably more, well, we shouldn't hang on the rim and get technicals, but Marquise played his heart out and played very hard and did a fantastic job. And again, those guys are out there working hard, and what we've told them before is you don't go out on the floor to have fun. You work your tail off, and when you do, it'll result, fun will be a byproduct. And that's what our guys did. So, you know, I'm not going to get on all of our guys about that situation based on how we handled the whole game and how we've handled our season up to this point.
I think we got to see Marquise finally. You know, it's been a while since he has had a game where he hasn't been in foul trouble. And you said he worked his tail off. Can you talk about that a little bit? His ability to play and not foul.
You know, he's learning. Again, a freshman. Marquise started playing organized basketball in the 9th grade, and he's a freshman here. So just like anyone else, he has to learn. And to his credit, he came out and didn't foul. And you could even see there were a couple of times early that he would have fouled, but he showed the officials his hands to say, hey, I'm not touching him. And that's the level of maturity on his part. So we got to give him a lot of credit for that.
The game plan against Martin obviously must have been well executed.
Our guys did a good job. I mean, you know, obviously Martin got in foul trouble, but Noah, I think, drew 2 of those. Noah is a very crafty and smart defender, and that's 2 fouls toward the 5 that were out there. And our guys paid close attention to him. I think maybe as important as Noah was doing the job he did, I think Malik Dime on the backside helped. There were a few times Martin had good opportunities that he usually scores in the other games that I've watched, regardless of who he's playing against. And again, he almost single-handedly beat Cal last year at Cal. So he's certainly capable of doing that against anyone, against any front line. But Malik Dime was behind there, blocked a few, I thought, and just made his presence felt to just throw that the timing of Martin off a little bit.
It sounded like, at least from what DeJounte Marquise said, that they could sense that maybe he was getting a little frustrated after maybe the first couple fouls and just things not going his way.
Well, there are not many that wouldn't get frustrated if something like that happened, where you pick up some fouls that, you know, I'm sure in his mind he didn't think maybe they were fouls, and it could be frustrating at that point. But I'm going to say it again. I said it before. I can't be more proud of a guy that was here and not here anymore as I am Martin. I'll pull for that guy forever, because he's a great kid and he's doing extremely well. It's great to see that.
Is there something you and your staff are doing pregame or in warm-ups or whatever to instill the energy that you've had with these fast starts? You
know, Coach Shapiro came to me, and I mentioned this a little earlier. He came to me with the idea of meeting with the guys for a longer scout up on the board first thing. Before and for years, and just about everybody does it, is you go out, you warm up, you get your warm-ups in, then you meet with your scout, then you go back out, and it's kind of a hot, cold. You get hot, cold. Well, now the way we do it, our guys are cold in the beginning, and then once they're hot and loose and warm, they don't really come in and sit down for very long after that. And that may have something to do with it, but I also think that this group loves to play basketball, and they love to play basketball with each other. The game is fun to them, and it's fun to watch their teammates and watch each other be successful. And I think that has a lot to do with guys coming out with that fire and wanting to play.
Did you see the moment where it looked like Marquise got stepped on?
I didn't see it. I did not see it. But the way he came off the court, he's come off the court twice this year that way. This time and then in an earlier game we had where they did not call a flagrant. When we watched the film, it was obvious the guy stepped on his head, so I kind of believed it.
As well as you guys are playing right now, what are you going to be focusing on for the next week? What do they need to improve on?
Well, just overall getting better. They still had 17 offensive rebounds. We still have to do a better job of boxing out. We do a good job of attacking the glass ourselves, but we still have to prepare for the game that a team does not turn the ball over, where they're going to turn the ball over 10 times in a game. And offensively, we're just not going to be able to get easy baskets. We're going to have to get that ball reversed. We still have to prepare for that for when that day comes, and it's going to come. And those are the things we have to continue to get better at. We focused on December being an important month for us to try to get as good as we can possibly get before league, and I like our progression. I think we're making good progress, but we still have a ways to go to get to a point where we can go in conference and compete at a high level.
Well, a bunch of rules were made over the summer to pick up scoring after last year. In general terms, are you happy with the pace of play changes?
The only thing, and it seems like they've loosened up a little bit with the foul calling. I think it was a combination of we're kind of getting used to it. Andrews has now learned to pressure the ball without fouling, which is good. And the rules have allowed him to learn to do that. It's kind of forced him to do that. But the shot clock and all that, whether it's a 30-second shot clock or 35, it's never affected us. So that part of it doesn't change.
So, like, the things about Montana Day that, like, you thought would be a close game, what they just weren't able to get into what they want to do, or did you guys just take them out of whatever they wanted to do?
I felt like we were very aggressive on the defensive end. I felt like we made it hard for them to get the ball to certain places that would trigger the penetration pass for them to be able to score. Just thought our guys made it a little harder for them to do that. And Malik was a big part of that. Even when they broke us down and they got what they wanted, Malik was in there protecting the rim. A few guys, I mean, we had, I know a lot of blocks in the wrong sheet here. Yeah, 9 blocks, so we protected the rim when they did get beyond us and break us down.
When they got up 13-0 and it looked good, but they make that little run, 13-8, and all of a sudden, you're one possession away from eye to eye. How important was it to stop that early run, and then, because somebody's going to come at you every time?
You know what was interesting about that run? I looked after a timeout. Maybe I don't know if it was 15 or 14 minutes left. I don't remember, but I looked at the stat sheet that they had us during the timeout, and they were 2 for 3. So they had a number of possessions. They had 5 turnovers. So it didn't bother me. I didn't think we were going to shut them out. They came out, and they're a good basketball team. They came out and made a few shots. So it didn't bother me. I didn't think, oh, now we've blown it. We bear down and begin to sit down and play good defense after that.
Coach, Malik had 5 blocks in 18 minutes, and he affected a lot of other ones. Is he carving out a little bit different niche for you? Because he sure looks like he's tough to pick off the floor at times.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say I told you so. But in I don't know, go back and look at your summer notes. What about Malik Dime? He blocked shots. That's why we recruited him, because we knew he could protect the rim. We knew that he could finish around the rim. The things that he's doing are no surprise. If he was averaging 1 block a game, we'd be saying, what's wrong with Malik? That's not the guy we recruited. That's not the guy we thought we were bringing in. What he's doing is, that's what we recruited him for. So that was the niche when he decided to come with us, that he assumed that he was going to be a shot blocker. But I think Malik can do more things than that. I think he can score more for us as well.
Whereas, in hindsight, with the way Montana played against Gonzaga, did your guys maybe take it as motivation, as a way of comparison?
Oh, I'm sure maybe that had something to do with it. I'm hoping we can get to a point where the reason we play good is because we have a game. That's what I'd like to see, where it doesn't matter what the opponent did or didn't do. We go out there and we're business-like, workmanlike, and whether the team won by 10 or lost by 10 that we're playing against, we're motivated by being the best that we can be. I would hope that would happen. But whatever it takes for our guys to be motivated, if that's what it took,